hit record. But let me see. I'm gonna put you on gallery view so I can see everybody. We have Alexis is new. This is your first call. How exciting! Um, Alexis is Christy's new coach, and we're so glad you're here. Really, really, and truly. But I'm gonna go ahead and mute you guys. But if you have anything to say, you know how to unmute yourself, okay? But yeah, this is our weekly team call. We didn't have one last week, and honestly, next week we'll be trick-or-treating, so we may have to switch it to Sunday night or something. But I do want to do one just because with the launch of Quarter Force and, ending the month, I think I could do one Sunday night if you guys would be open to that. I couldn't do it Tuesday night, but I could definitely do it Sunday night. Dee, how are you? So good to see your face. All right, so next, we won't have a call next Monday night because we will be trick-or-treating, and that's kind of like a big deal at our house. I love Halloween. But we'll probably do it Sunday night if that's okay, if you guys can do that. But tonight, I'm really glad that you guys made time to get on here. And like I said, I am going to kind of keep it short and sweet for you as much as I can. But it is, let's see, it's the 24th. So a lot of you guys are like really, really close to Success Club. And so, we've got 7 days. So the clock doesn't stop until October 31st at midnight. And so you have until then to hit Success Club. I'll show you that slide, but a lot of you guys just killed it this month. And you're all like slowly trickling in. And I have to say, I say this a lot. I don't know if I said it to all you guys, but it really seems like every coach that has joined our team has just truly made us better. We're all so different, and you guys all contribute and you encourage, whether it's in challenge groups or Coach Basics or in our team page. And that's really a privilege for me to be a part of. And I just love to see us grow, and I love to see you guys encouraging one another. And I could exit the team page and y'all would just continue, and that's awesome to me. So keep that up. And as we have new people come in, Alexis, you're a newer coach. Some of you guys are still new coaches. Don't be afraid to post in our team page and ask questions, because that's what it's there for. And a lot of these coaches have just got tons and tons of value to add, and we all have new ideas. But tonight, so I have been reading this book called You Were Made for a God-Sized Dream. And there were some things that really just stuck out to me, and I wanted to share with everybody. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but that's why I called it, What Are You Working For? Because I really think that I floated through this business for a long time, just kind of running challenge groups, hitting Success Club, no real focus, no real mission, no real purpose. I enjoyed what I was doing, but it wasn't until I really sat down and got serious and made a goal and figured out what I was working for, why was I coaching, that my business really started to change. And you guys are totally the fruit of that. And so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. But before we get into that, can everybody see my slides? Yes. I'm sorry, I can't figure out why this is so cloudy. I couldn't change the filter on it, but I updated it. So this is where we are at. You guys are in alphabetical order, so you can find your name that way. But this is crazy. How many names are on there? I didn't count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18 coaches. We have 18 coaches with Success Club points, and that is amazing. And I have to tell you that a lot of other teams are my coaches just aren't sticking with it. They're getting distracted. They're busy, and they're not out there setting goals and hitting Success Club. And that cannot be said about our team. And I'm just super duper proud of you guys. So that, like I said, there's a lot of you guys that are just 1 point away or 3 points away. So you totally have time to do that. And I'm going to make a post for you guys tomorrow. I'm going to share a post from another group that I'm in about hitting Success Club at the end of the month. And so, if you have a coach on here that hasn't hit Success Club but wants to, make sure that you work with them, that you share ideas, that you encourage them, because guys, you can hit Success Club in an hour. It's just getting out there and talking to people and connecting and sharing and inviting. And so I know that you guys can all do it. But if you want to talk with me one-on-one, I'm happy to share ideas and walk you through some things that have worked for me in the past. But I'm going to share a post about that too. But 7 days. You guys can totally do it. There's time to hit Success Club. And this month, this month it's a webinar. The Success Club prize is a webinar with a kind of like a personal development guru or something like that. But they're always really good. That doesn't sound exciting, but they're good. So we have got a couple of things coming up. Obviously, Core de Force, that workout was on Beachbody On Demand today. It should still be on Beachbody On Demand. And guys, like so as coaches, our job is to help people through challenge groups and to get them in challenge groups, strength and Shakeology, doing workout programs, helping them meal plan and all that stuff. But also our job as coaches is to really and truly promote these programs. I haven't always, gotten the programs and done them, but I really feel like that even if it's not your jam, like even if Core de Force, Country Heat is not your thing, we should at least try it and share about it, because it might not be something that we do or that we benefit from, but other people definitely can. And so I really think that Core de Force is going to be a big one. People love this type of workout. It is honestly and truly not my favorite type of workout. I prefer my weights, and that's just my thing. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it from start to finish. I'm going to take my before pictures, my before measurements. I'm going to follow the meal planning guide. I'm going to do the program. I'm going to share my results. And I'm really committed to that, because I've kind of been wishy-washy about that in the last year, especially with Country Heat. Like I couldn't stick with Country Heat. Like I just couldn't do it. But anyways, this is a really good program. So like if you haven't done the workout yet, and you don't have time to do it tonight, download it on your iPad, on your phone. Do it tomorrow morning. You can save it to your device and just do it tomorrow morning, so that people know that, hey, there's a new workout program coming out, that it's MMA, it's boxing. It releases October 31st. If you want to do it and join my next challenge group, you can. But talk about it. Like we are here to promote these products and to, not be salesy about it, because I don't like to be salesy, but this program could totally help somebody. It could be just the thing that somebody uses to get in really good shape, and you just don't know unless you talk about it and you share it. Okay, so Core de Force, and it's actually going to be on Beachbody On Demand this weekend too. They told us that they were going to do it for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because of Super Saturday, and we're going to do this workout at Super Saturday. So I've done it twice. You guys have probably done it twice. We're going to do it a third time, because I think it's going to be the same workout. So Super Saturday, but I'm going to be sharing some tips about promoting Core de Force. But basically, it's just talking about the program. It's like doing a countdown for the launch. If you plan to buy it and to do the program, talk about it, how it's going to be your next program, when you're going to start it. If you're doing it in a challenge group, I don't plan to personally launch a test group for Core de Force. I don't have a lot of luck with that. Melanie always does it, and she always tells us to, but I just don't like test groups. I've not had a lot of success with that. But if you guys all wanted to do Core de Force and you wanted to do our own challenge group or something, we could. But I plan on doing it with my challengers in like a multi-program challenge group in November. But it launches on October 31st, so those challenge packs will be available, I think, on November 1st. And you guys can buy it at a discount, obviously. So I don't even know how much it costs. I need to look and see how much it costs. But Super Saturday is this weekend. Super Saturday is going to be fun. Like I really think there's going to be a lot of people here in Corinth. Super Saturday, if you're a new coach, is like we do those quarterly, and it's an event where coaches come to, and even non-coaches. Like I know some people are coming who are not coaches, and we will work out. We will watch some videos, some trainings from corporate, and hear some success stories. We'll hear about some new things that they have going on. Events are super duper important, guys. Like I just can't tell you how much it just helps you as coaches to stay on track, to stay motivated, because I say it all the time, like we do this job from behind our computers, from behind our phones, and it's easy to get discouraged and to feel alone, even though we do these calls and everything. But events are so much fun, and it's just really cool to be with a group of people who who have the same goals, who get excited about workouts and Shakeology and all that kind of stuff. And so I definitely encourage you, if you're not close to us, find a Super Saturday close to you and go to it. Ours is at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, and we will, like I said, we're going to work out. We're going to watch some videos from corporate, and then we'll probably have like a Shakeology bar afterwards or something. But it's also a good recruitment tool. You know, like invite people who are interested in coaching. Invite your challengers if they just want to come and do the workout with us. It's a really good thing to invite people to, especially people you think would make good coaches. So do that for sure. There's an event page that I hosted. If you need a link to that, let me know. Just post in our group and I can repost that, or you can search it in our group probably. But, you know, just let us know if you're coming to that. I have asked a couple people to speak, just kind of share a short testimony that day, and that will be good as well. It's always cool to hear from other coaches. Team spirit. Team spirit. I don't feel very spirited about team spirit. I hate to say that, but it is for November. It is kind of like the coaching challenge. They're starting to come up with a lot of these, but team spirit is when, I'm going to stop sharing so I can see your guys. Team spirit is our kind of like our success club promotion for November. And basically we have these teams, like we have to join a team. It has to be 20 people or more. And I don't think we have enough people unless we teamed up with another team. But I think what we should do is just sign up under the dream team, under Melanie's team. And basically whoever has the best team spirit, or whoever has the most people on a team, like you can earn prizes. Whoever sells the most Core to Force challenge packs, or the most challenge packs period. But if you hit Success Club 5, you get a Core to Force workout tank next month, which is like, I live for the workout tanks for Success Club prizes. But I think you have to be registered on a team for Team Spirit to do that. So I am going to share that information, share with you guys how to do that, how to sign up under the Dream Team, and just you've got to do that by October 31st. And they're definitely encouraging us to use the Challenge Tracker app for that. So like your team earns more points if you sell sell a challenge pack, and then if that person accepts your invitation to a Challenge Tracker app group, then it like doubles your points for the team. So they're definitely encouraging us to use the Challenge Tracker app next month. And if you don't know how to do that, I can show you, but most of you guys have probably been in one. So the team spirit, I will share with you guys how to sign up under the Dream Team, because I want you guys to get that workout tank, and I know that I want it to. Do you guys have any questions about that? Anybody? If you do, just unmute yourself because I can't see everybody. Holidays. So this is another thing that I've had written down for a couple weeks to share with you guys. So I'm sure that you guys are posting and inviting and getting lots of objections. It is almost November. We are officially in holiday season, and people just go all funky during holiday season. And I probably was that person too before I became a health and fitness coach. But you know, people are probably giving you the cost objection, the time objection. I want to wait until after the holidays. You know, you're probably getting all kinds of stuff. So you really have to, as a coach, kind of shift the way that you talk in your social media posts, in your invitations, you know, even in the event page that you have created for your next challenge group. You really have to shift your focus away from so much like, you know, completely clean eating, dropping 20 pounds, you know, all that stuff. People are not attracted to that right now. People want to enjoy their holiday. But, you know, like our job, I believe that our job is to help people do that, but in a healthy way. So my focus, honestly, as I move into inviting to my November challenge group will be more about, you know, like, let's make a plan. Let's start a workout. Let's start, you know, clean eating, incorporating clean eating meals, crock pot recipes, fast and easy. You know, I'm going to really focus on how to save money while you eat clean. I'm going to talk about all these things, and it's going to be less. The focus is going to be a lot less, which I don't really focus on weight loss a lot as it is, but it's going to be more on how to survive the holidays, more or less, you know, how to eat clean, how to practice the 80-20 rule, you know, you're going to, you know, stay on track for a couple weeks and then enjoy your Thanksgiving meal and then get back right back on track before Christmas hits. I'm going to use wording like start 2017 ahead instead of behind, and like I said, I'm really going to talk a lot about cost saving measures, because that's going to be a big objection that you guys are going to get during the season. I can't afford Shakeology. People have told me I can't afford Shakeology and to eat clean. So educating people through your posts and helping them see that, yeah, Shakeology is a meal replacement. There are seasonal foods that you can buy to save money when you eat clean. And, crock pot, fast and easy crock pot recipes are time effective and cost effective, so change your language to kind of focus on it in that direction. Share travel tips for people who are traveling during the holidays, and so those are kind of the focus. That's where my focus is going to go in my posts, instead of so much toward let's work out, eat clean, and meal plan all the time. Okay. For your challengers during the season, it's really important to keep them engaged. You're naturally going to lose people. I mean, you're going to lose people to the pumpkin pie and to the parties and to the, all that stuff. But definitely work hard to keep your challengers engaged, even the ones that you have in your October group, and really talk with them a lot about these same things, about, staying on track and kind of seeing some progress and some results before the holidays, enjoying your Thanksgiving meal, and then let's get back on track together. In your challenge groups, keep people engaged in Shakeology. You want to keep them drinking their Shakeology. Talk about how Shakeology helps curb your cravings. If you've got family get-togethers, boom, 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 one after the other, drink your Shakeology before you go. Share fun holiday recipes for Shakeology in your challenge groups. Those are things that are going to keep people engaged and on track throughout the holidays. And our job is not just to keep people drinking Shakeology, but it's to help people see results from their programs, from the things that they have invested in our challenge groups. And those are some ways to do that. Do you guys have any questions or any tips for doing that? Do you may have anything? Are you already having people check out from your groups? Yeah. It's totally normal, and it's totally normal to just be slammed with objections this time of year. But our job is to just lead by example. And so even if you have to fight for that last Success Club point this month, even if November and December are tough, guys, you continue as coaches, not to do it perfectly, but to lead by example. To talk about what you're doing. When you meal plan and you've got to get together, talk about how that may be your cheat meal, but that's going to be your only cheat meal. When Thanksgiving rolls around, talk about portion control and how you're going to enjoy the foods, all the traditional Thanksgiving foods, but maybe you'll practice portion control. Take a picture of your plate with the containers around it, show people how it can be done, and just lead by example. And so whenever New Year's comes, people are going to come to you, to me, to the people who stayed consistent through these holiday months. I promise that they are. And people will be ready. And that's another thing. As you're recruiting, whether it's to challenge groups or to coaching, encourage people, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't spend November and December packing on 20 pounds and then wait till January to try to get it off. Encourage people to go ahead and start making changes now. And so when January comes, they'll be ahead of the game, and they won't feel so defeated, because you guys know, when people have 50, 60, 100 pounds to lose, and it goes slow, it's even harder. And so definitely, that should be our focus during these next couple of months. Timmy or anybody, you don't have anything to add to that? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So this is where I really wanted to, this is just a heart. This is a share from my heart kind of call tonight. But I really felt God leading me to do this, because it's something that I have struggled with off and on as a coach. When things do get hard, whenever months get slow, or you just get lots of objections, or coaches quit, or your challengers just totally check out, and you're the only person in your challenge group hosting, that's a really easy place to give up. That is a really easy place to just say, I'm not cut out for this, like God did not intend this for me, like I'm not having an effect on people. And it's a really easy place to just quit. And I really believe, like if you guys saw my post this afternoon about that post that I said about God calling you to things and then just giving up when it gets hard. Even the things that we're called to are going to be hard. It doesn't mean that they're going to be easy. And so I've been reading this book, You Were Made for a God-Sized Dream. It's a really good book. You guys that were at retreat that I gave that other book to, this is kind of like the sequel to that, more or less. But she talks a lot about, just like she does in that other book, just really digging deep and figuring out, what is your dream? What, why are you working towards it? Do you even know why you're coaching? Do you know why you get up and post a workout selfie every day? Do you know why you invite people to challenge groups? We can say Success Club is our goal, or that, retreats are our goal, but ultimately we know that success is deeper than that. Okay. And I love this quote. This was actually part of this PowerPoint slide, and I just left it in here, which is random. And so actually the name of the PowerPoint slide also was working from home. And I thought, oh my gosh, like some of these people really want to work from home. But success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. I just love that. And so this business, guys, yes, we sell challenge packs. Yes, we drink Shakeology. Yes, we work out. But at the heart of this business, it is about people. It is about investing in people. It is about encouraging people, even people who will never become our challengers, our coaches. It is an awesome opportunity. And this verse is one that I shared at our retreat last weekend. It says, do everything in love. And I really want our team to be one that is motivated by that, to be motivated by helping people. But you also have to know in your own heart, why are you doing this? Like, why are you here on this call tonight? As I was reading through this book and kind of thinking through my own whys and my own goals, like I wrote at the top of this page, who would have ever imagined that I would be on a call with other women talking about a health and fitness business? Like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, like you couldn't have twisted my arm enough to make me believe that I would be on a call, leading a call of health and fitness coaches. It's just, I just feel like it was totally random. Like I never would have chosen to do this on my own. But I really believe that God called me to this. I believe that, so many of you, like I'm looking at you and I can see how God is using you, whether you know it or not. And so this business is about hard. It's wonderful. It's scary, but that makes it susceptible to a lot of feelings, a lot of hurt. If people turn you down, if people say no, if you invite somebody to coaching and they say no, or they quit real early on. But ultimately our goal as coaches is to help people. I don't know if you guys know, some of you may not know that much about Beachbody yet, but our mission, their mission is to help people achieve their goal of a healthy and fulfilling life. And they do that through this system of coaching, of coaches. And I don't know if you know the story of coaching either, but Beachbody's been around for a while. P90, P90X, all that stuff has been around for a while. And their programs sold like wildfire. They had people buying them and they were making lots of money, but what they found was that people were starting a program and either they weren't finishing it or they were seeing success, they were seeing results, and then they were just giving up and going back to their old way of life. And so they created the system of coaches so that these people who bought programs would have a support group, a support system, more or less, peers who were doing the same thing that they could be encouraged and accountable to. And that's where challenge groups come from. So anybody can go and buy the 21-Day Fix. I mean, that's what I did. I just went and bought the 21-Day Fix on my own. But it wasn't until I found a challenge group that I was really changed and encouraged and was able to stick with it. And so that's what we do. We don't just sell workout programs and Shakeology. We invest in people and we encourage them. And it hurts when they don't stick with it. If you guys have been coaches for very long and you've had people start, they were excited and they didn't stick with it, you take it personal. Almost. And so it's really important during those times, during those seasons, to know why you're doing this. Otherwise, you're just gonna give up. And so as I'm reading through this in this chapter about kind of figuring out figuring out your why and what your dream is. What comes next once you figure out what you're going to do? She talks about knowing the what of your dream. So more or less, what are you doing here? What are you trying to do through your business? And these are very tangible things, like you can like maybe put your hands on, like work from home, pay off debt. Maybe you're here to be a part of a community, to give back in some way. Maybe you just want to provide for your family. Maybe you want to take your family on a vacation. Some of you, maybe as simple as you just want to pay for your Shakeology, and that's totally cool. So this is kind of the what of your business. Like, what are you doing here as a coach? Like, what keeps you, what is motivating you more or less to be here and to coach and to help people? And don't, like, I want you guys to get out a pen and paper, and if you can't figure it out right now, just write down, know the what of your business, and like later sit down and what am I doing? What am I trying to accomplish here? Some of you may want to quit your job fully and stay home with your kids. I know Matt and I really want to pay off all of our debt. We just want to get rid of it. It is definitely a way for me to give back in a lot of ways, but that kind of comes into figure out what you're doing here. And then you want to figure out why, because your why is going to go deeper. Your why is going to be something that kind of fuels your fire whenever you just want to stop. You're like, just like we tell our challengers, your why has to be big enough that when you get turned down 50 times in one day, that you don't give up and quit coaching. Your why has to be big enough that whenever somebody returns an order of Shakeology and you get like 0 commission that week, that you don't just give up and throw in the towel. And so your why has to be deep. It has to be what motivates you and fuels your dream. And so it should fit with who you are too. Maybe you want freedom from your job, freedom from having to worry about money. For some of you, maybe it's just a creative outlet. Maybe it's something that you enjoy and it allows you to express yourself. Maybe it's a ministry. Maybe it's a way for you to reach people for Christ, to pour into people that way. Maybe it just gives you a sense of purpose and accomplishment that you've never had doing anything else. And maybe you just want to change lives. As cliche as that sounds, and we use it all the time, maybe you just want to change lives and love on people. But know why you're coaching. Because if you're just here because you bought a challenge pack and you lost 20 pounds and you thought, hey, I'll help somebody else, and that's the only thing, it doesn't go any deeper than that. Like, you've got to have something that you can turn to and that will motivate you whenever the going gets rough. So know your why you're coaching. Okay. So think about that. And I don't think it's something that you can just sit here and spout off to me, but definitely sit down and make a list of things that motivate you. And then you're going to basically take all that and write your mission statement. So I talked to the ladies at our Emerald Retreat about creating a mission statement. We talked a lot about goal planning, about vision boards and things like that. And I'm definitely going to encourage you other coaches to create a vision board for next year. But basically, you're going to take your what and you're going to take your why, and you're going to write a mission statement for yourself. And I just use this kind of guide that she uses in this book. But and I created mine, so you can read mine there. But basically, your mission statement is what's going to guide you. And you're going to work this into your posts. You're going to work this into your challenge groups. You're going to use this to guide your business. Excuse me. And so the template there it says, I'm created and called to express, and you can change the wording if you want to, but I'm created and called to express my faith through love, especially by, you put in a verb, by doing something to help someone through what? So mine is, I'm created and called to express my faith through love, especially by bringing spiritual and physical encouragement to women, inspiring them to cherish their bodies with love and for the purpose of service through this coaching opportunity. So that's my mission. Like, that's what I want to do with this business. It's not terribly specific, but it gives me a broad guide, a broad outline for what I want to do with this business. And so, like, I encourage you guys, what's your mission statement? What do you hope to accomplish by being a coach, by running challenge groups, by building a team? I should have put in there too, But like, I want to help you guys. Like, I don't want to just help my challengers. Like, I want to help you guys do something, build something that you are proud of, that makes a difference in your lives and in other people's lives. Like, I want you guys to say, hey, I was able to quit my job today because of my Beachbody coaching business. I want to hear you say, I was able to pay off a loan because of what I made with Beachbody last week. Like, I want to help you guys build something that changes your life and that you can be proud of, that you do with integrity. And so then basically, like, you take that and like application wise, like, just taking that and doing something with it. You just take that big goal. Like I encourage my coaches when they're creating their vision boards, to kind of make this in the center of their board. What's one big thing that you hope to accomplish next year? And for me, I mean, like, I put my family in the center of my board because, like, if I don't know, like, I wouldn't share this publicly, but if I could quit my job, like, I mean, I would. Like, if I could make enough money through Beachbody to quit my job, I would totally do it. And so that's kind of a big, scary goal that kind of it does fit into my what and my why. If I can't do it, like, that's okay, but I don't want to be so cautious that I don't even go for it. I want to think big. I want to dream big, and I want you guys to do the same thing. So maybe yours is to quit your job. Maybe yours is to take your family on vacation. Maybe yours is to rank advance to diamond or to 1 star, or whatever it is. Like, know what your goal is for your business, for your life, for next year, and kind of come up with that one big thing. And then you're going to break it down and kind of reverse engineer it and figure out what you have to do to get there. And so all this, guys, and I'm going to share these slides with you, but all this is, I'm telling you, like, I want you to have a roadmap, essentially. And it starts with knowing what you're doing as a coach, with knowing why you're doing it, and creating that mission statement for you to guide you through your business. And once you come up with, maybe, if you haven't created a vision board, and you plan to do it, and once you come up with that mission statement and kind of that big goal, and you need to know, what do I do now? What do I have to do to get to it? You just basically break it off into pieces. So if I want to hit 5-star, I know I've got to recruit more coaches. If you want to hit diamond, you've got to be posting, to be leading by example. You've got to be inviting. You've got to be running challenge groups. You've got to be hitting Success Club every month. And so, in order to do those things, you've got to post your workout daily. You've got to share your story. You've got to invite people to your challenge group. You've got to be recruiting coaches. And so you set that goal, and then you just reverse engineer it. And what do you have to do in your business on a regular basis to hit that goal? And like, I want it to be big. Like, I want your goal to be big. Like, I want your mission statement to be something that just, like, makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning every day and get up and go push play on that workout. If it's to encourage that mom who's got 3 small kids who thinks she can't work out, and you can get up and you can motivate and you can post an encouraging post for her, and that's what motivates you, then do it. Like, if it's to replace your husband's income so he can be home more, or so he doesn't have to work so many jobs, and that's what motivates you to get up and push play, that's great. But you definitely have to know why you're here. You have to know what you're doing here, and you have to have a mission and a goal for this business. Because honestly, I do believe that, like, anybody can do this, and if y'all listen to the National Wake Up Call today, Danielle, she said, what, anybody can do this business. You wake up, you push play on a workout program, you drink a shake, you read a book, and you recognize people for their success. Like, those are the 4 vital behaviors, being proof that the products work, drinking your Shakeology, personal development and recognition, and inviting people to do what you're doing too. Anybody can do this business, but you have to know why you're doing it. And it's scary to talk goals. Like, it's scary to sit down and write this stuff down. It's scary for me to type out on that thing, quit my job. But that's okay. Like, if God calls you to that, He's going to make a way, but you've got to do the work. You've got to expect failure. You've got to expect to fall behind, to make mistakes, to not hit goals. Like I said so many times, like I floated through this business last year. Like I just sat here and I hit Success Club every month and I ran a challenge group and I just floated through this business. And I didn't set goals for myself, and I feel like I totally wasted a whole year when I could have been building this business. I was so afraid of failure and not hitting those goals. But I finally just like got over it. Like I just said, who cares? I'm going to set goals. I'm going to work towards them. If I don't do it, then that's fine. I'll get up and try again. So you've definitely got to expect to fail. Keep your head down. Don't compare yourself to other people. When you're sitting down thinking about writing your mission statement, your goal, don't compare it to somebody else on the team. Don't compare it to Melanie Mitro or, somebody else out there that's coaching. It's got to be yours. You own it. And you know what your purpose is, or your purpose here, as I wrote. But truly the most successful people in this business, in life, in whatever, fail over and over and over again. And I love this verse from Ezra. Christy used it one month, and I just think about it all the time. But it says, "Rise up, take courage, and do it." And I really want to encourage you guys to as you sit down and you make these lists, your what and your why and your mission statement, pray over it. Ask God to show you. He will reveal it to you. Invite him into this business. Don't do this. Don't attempt this without him, because I can tell you from my own experience that when you do, that's when you get desperate. That's when you feel burnout. That's when you just want to quit, or you question everything. Invite God into this business and ask him to show you what your purpose is. And then the last thing was, I just want to end with this quote, because it's so true and you guys can probably relate to it. But what's most likely to defeat you isn't external circumstances or challenges, it's you. Don't give in to discouragement, doubt, or fear. Don't let the enemy tell you that you goofed up or for good and it's over. Just keep going. Because I just know I'm my own worst enemy. Like, me in my head is my own worst enemy, and it has been, and it's something that I have totally had to overcome. And I see it in some of you guys too. I've seen it in everybody, but I see some of you get in your own heads and you talk yourself down from things, or from going for big things. And I don't want you to let that stop you, because like I said, you can be great in this business. It just takes the vision and, being willing to put the hard work in and knowing why you're doing it. Just think about, just like your challengers, you encourage them to know why they're doing this. Why did they buy the workout program? Why did they show up for the challenge group? And we tell them that their why has to be bigger than their doubts and bigger than when they fall off and when they fail. And the same thing applies to us as coaches. And so know what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that was just kind of my motivational message for tonight. But does anybody have anything to add to that, or questions to ask about that? Because that's sort of all I got. I get excited about some things. Anybody? Timmy, did you want to share about that hashtag tonight, or do you want to talk more about that first?
Sure, we can. Come on. Yeah, you unmuted me.
Sorry. Let me tell everybody who you are first. Let me tell everybody who you are. Because so Timmy she's actually not like a coach on Team Take Heart. She and I are both coaches under Melanie, who's our upline. And Timmy is just a really, really, really dear friend. And we've kind of become partners, more or less. We roomed together at Summit, first of all. And then we run our Coach Basics groups together. And so we've kind of been just doing our team stuff together a little bit more. And she had a really good idea about how to talk about coaching. And so I'm just going to let her share what she has to say.
Well, I've said before, just like Rachel, and I've called like my team and her team, we've kind of joked and said like it was like a sister team, because since we're under the same coach. So we were just talking about different things and running Coach Basics together, and people talk about like different hashtags that they use when they talk about coaching. And like one person that I listened to, that as they're trying to talk about coaching, they always hashtag Coach Life. Well, that was kind of cool and interesting, because you can talk about the things that you love about coaching, why you're a coach, and about your challenge groups. But I like that. But it's used a lot. And so it's kind of used, over and over, and everyone uses it. So if someone clicks on it, they're going to see all these different people. Anyhow, and Rachel and I have a lot of, in common. And I know a lot of y'all do. You put your faith in your fitness and you intertwine it together. You feel like you're called to do this, and then it's become a passion of yours, and you have a heart of wanting to help others. And I was writing up a post for something, and at the end of it, just the hashtag called to coaching came up in my mind when I did it. So the hashtag was called to coaching. And immediately when I sent the post, I immediately sent Rachel a text, and I was like, hey, we've been kind of playing with the idea, and we've been doing some things together. Wouldn't it be cool if we put our coaches all together? And so she still has Team Take Heart. My team is called Team Sweet Life. It'd be cool for all of us to kind of use that hashtag together as you're talking about it. When people click on that, they're going to see two amazing teams and everything that they have, and not just a bunch of random different Beachbody coaches from here and there doing this and that we all have that same mission, that this is what we're called to do. And so we have that like-mindedness together. So all of them are going to be about faith and fitness and calling and belief that we have a God-sized dream and we're made for more. So that was just like my little thing. I sent her a message, I don't know, like 6:45, 6:30 or something in the morning. And I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And so it was just something that we can kind of do to kind of unite our two teams together. But yet it'd be separate and still divided, because you still have that. But yet it's just kind of something that that all the teams have kind of that unity together about feeling called to this, and it's our purpose and our passion.
Right. And so like how it works, because I'm not super Instagram savvy, but how it works, right, is since there's nobody else out there using it, like when they click on it, they'll just see our stuff, right?
And I checked on it, like, so on Facebook, because when I did it, I was like, oh, that's a good hashtag. And I clicked on it as soon as I did it, and no one on Facebook is using it. And I checked it on Instagram, and no one on Instagram is using it. So it definitely is something that kind of, like, when you talk about growing your niche and about that is definitely, part of growing your niche. You're going to attract people and create that interest of, well, what's this called to coaching? So sometimes those little things, those hashtags or something grabs people's attention. They're bold whenever they're on Facebook and stuff. So those little things might grab people's attention.
Yeah. Okay. That leads me to another question. Raise of hands. Who uses Instagram in here? Who knows how to use Instagram? Like, you understand the hashtags and everything, like how they work. Okay. I was going to see if you guys wanted me to do a call one night on using hashtags to grow your business, because like I've been learning slowly, but there was a really good and really cheap training that I found that I was going to use, because it's like Facebook. It's always changing, and people find users, and you want quality connections. You don't want like I don't know. I get some of the most random, like bodybuilding people, like that would never ever, that I would never, probably they wouldn't want to join Challenge Group or be on my team or anything like that. But so I was going to see if you guys wanted me to do a training on that. But if you guys know so much about it, I might let one of you guys do it, because like I'm kind of learning still. I'm old. Instagram came about after I was like hip and cool. So that's what we have for you guys. Does anybody have any questions? Like, is there anything, like, while we're all on the phone, do you have questions about a challenger or a potential challenger, questions or objections that you're getting you don't know how to handle? I want to definitely open it up for that. Don't be shy.
I'm getting a lot of like people interested, and they say yes, but then after that I send the email and they don't fill it out.
Okay.
And I don't know how to continue. Like, I mean, I always follow up and ask them, is there a way I can help you? Did you have any questions? But I just don't get response back.
Okay. So how are you forming them? Like, are you asking fitness questions, making program suggestions, explaining the challenge group, all that, and then they're not getting back to you?
Yeah, we talk about their goals. We talk about their goals.
Okay.
We we talk about their goals, and then after that, I suggest a video, and they watch the video, and they say, okay, they like it, and I lose some at the price, but then others, it's just, they say yes, but then don't feel the
Okay.
hang out.
One of the things that I learned early on in a conversation like that, especially if it was somebody who, you know, you definitely know they're interested, cost maybe a problem, or maybe they're just busy, or, you know, they're, you know, don't feel that pressure to commit, is what the way that I follow up just to get them to take action one way or another, you know, is I'll follow up and say, hey, I know you really want to do this. My challenge group starts such and such date. I need you to let me know, you know, or I want you to be a part of it, and you need to order your challenge group by Friday, your challenge pack by Friday. Are you still planning to do that? You know, ask a very pointed question. And if they come back and they say no, that's okay. You know, like, that's okay. Just keep those conversations going, keep connecting with people, keep starting conversations. And, you know, those people, even if they don't commit right then, you know, they're still watching you. They're still following you. Obviously, you know, I say this all the time. When you get no's, you know, don't cut off that conversation completely. Just say, I totally understand. You know, I'm always running challenge groups when you're ready. But in the meantime, you know, if there's something I can do to help you, share some recipes, no. But yeah, the thing that I have found, and you guys can share too, because some of you guys, you know, been doing this for a while, but is that I give them a clear call to action. Like, I ask them a direct question that they either have to say yes to or no to. And sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's, hey, I've been meaning to get back to you. I've been super busy. And, you know, some people just need that prodding and need that deadline, to give you an answer. I'm that girl. Like, you got to say, Rachel, do this by this date, or else, you know.
I mean, something that I also have a problem with is that I think it's really slow. The way I do it is like, I let them.
What that noise is. Hold on. I'm going to mute some people and see if that helps. What's really slow?
Like the process, like to get them to respond.
Yeah.
Do you usually do the conversation in just one day?
No. A lot of times, and you guys, like I said, speak to with your experience. It takes time. I mean, there are some people that, yeah, they, you know, they're ready. They just want to do it. But there are many, many times, like, I've been in conversations with people, I've got my list somewhere, for like weeks. And, you know, there's one girl that I know she's going to do it. She's just been busy. Like, I know she's going to do it. It may be November, it may be December, it may be January, but she's going to do it. It's just, she's kind of just been all over the place, you know, and she just hadn't sat down to order the challenge pack. But yeah, it depends on the person, obviously. But yeah, some conversations take time. I mean, they totally take time. Does Tracy, Jimmy, anybody, do y'all have anything to like kind of add to that?
I was just going to say, like, the one thing I heard and it kind of struck a chord with me was like the little shampoo analogy, where like you see somebody using like a really cool shampoo, you like the way their hair looks, it's nice and flowy, it looks gorgeous. And so you ask them about it and they say, yeah, but it's, you know, how much money per bottle? And it's a little tiny bottle. And you're like, yeah, no, okay, that's cool. But like, you see them again and you see their flowy, beautiful hair. And then you say, you know, wow, you kept thinking about that. Man, that looks great. And then you see it again a little bit later, but still it's so much money. You Google it, you look at it. No, I'm just not ready. And then finally it comes a point where you're like, you know what? I don't care. It's worth it. Theirs looks great. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you think about it, there's been times you probably have all, you know, Googled and looked at something, researched it, stopped, gone back, stopped and gone back. And finally you go, you know what? I'm doing it no matter what. I see the value of it. That hair looks amazing. And so I'm going to do it. So I feel like just as we add value to our posts and that we have people that come back to us and say, okay, tell me about this again. I'm ready now. So I think it's just, you know, those of them that say no, they just need to see a little bit more value to it and see why it is. And also, do you list like everything that it comes? Like, I'm like, it has this and this and this and this, and it's such a value when you do it. like the shaker cup and the quick start plan, and you list all those things out. Are you listing those out before you do the price?
No, I started today actually doing that.
So like I have a little thing that talks about like the 21-day fix, and it talks about you get the shaker cup, you get the containers, an eating plan, the 30 days of Shakeology, and then you have like the workout calendar, and list everything that's on that challenge pack, and then say, and because you're doing it as a bundle, you say, what is it? If it's $140, it's $70 off, I think, when it's $140. So it's a great bundle and you're saving. So I mean, list all the different things even before you give the price.
Yeah. And get on the phone. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I do a lot of cost breakdown. Like I'll ask people, what is your favorite fast food restaurant to eat at? And most of them say McDonald's. So I go through the average meal at McDonald's is $6. So you do that times 30, that's 180. So you're already saving money because you're going to replace one meal a day with it. And I have to break it down. Then they're like, oh, well, that's not so bad. So.
Yeah. And I tell people too that I work it into our grocery budget, like we just have, worked because it's a meal replacement, I'm not adding to what I'm eating. It's not supplemental. It's just replacing something that I was already eating. So I tell people, that we worked it into our monthly grocery budget. And a lot of people say that makes sense. But the other thing I was going to say is get people on the phone. Like I shied away from that for so long because I was so just insecure about, what am I going to say if they ask me this? But people, they connect with your voice and they can hear your genuineness and your really heart for what you do. And I think that if you're having trouble with things like that, if you could get some people on the phone, even if you use the voice messenger through Facebook, if they can hear you and just hear your excitement for it as well, it makes a really big difference. And then Tracy said, are you sure they've gotten the email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I follow up with them. Yeah.
Another thing, I've heard, I always tell them that when they start going through that email that it is going to put it on auto ship, but don't worry about that because you will get an email from Beachbody. That to me, I think a lot of people stop at that point and go, whoa, auto ship. So I go ahead and address that and say, it's going to put you on auto ship. It's going to talk about Beachbody on demand, but you've got time to change all that before it happens. So
yeah, and I even tell them I can help you cancel it, and that kind of reassures them too. I can help you cancel. I have people that objected to that for I can say years now, and now they're like my most loyal Shakeology customers. But that auto ship, like people don't like it. Yeah. That's good. Good questions. Anybody else? Andrea has like her first 2 points, Success Club points as a coach.
Yay!
All right. Do y'all not have anything else? Alexis, you feel overwhelmed? You got Christy. You're good. You got Christy. All right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. It's almost 9 o'clock. We did good. We cut that under an hour. But I will share these slides and the recording for anybody that missed it. But let's just finish the month strong. I would love to see everybody at Success Club if you want to be. And I know that you can do it. So just keep doing what you're doing. And if you need help, we are here. All right. All right, guys. Good night.
Bye.